lap, first corner is the most pressure you're going to feel across this whole race. Getting it off the line is one of the toughest things you can do as you get 5 lights up. And the Bathurst Enduro is underway for Split 2 with a great start from the front runners and the TMX boys as well inside of the top 10 as they run round turn number 1. You can see Lawrence has got a good start away. They've kept themselves nice, clean and consistent, Sinka. For the final race of the season, it's a scramble towards turn 1 for the front runners and the whole field in behind. Another old leads them through one already. Davison and Sinka wanting to try and keep right on the tail of Doug Allen. Navarone was climbing up the front already as well. Phase there, Katakazina.
Yes, he did.
Laboring still going at each other here. 3 minutes down, we've got 70 minutes to go. They're going to go around a lot of times. It's 1 minute 21 lap times here. They're not going to stop. Shane Ratcliffe fighting out as well. Ray Oliver's got Bradley Wall alongside. Looks like Daniel Harding has had some form of incident. We'll pick up on that one in a minute. But Oliver on the inside, got to come back behind him.
Further back as we're underway, James Scott will lead them up the hill, up towards turn 1. Can they keep it clean? There's already contact with Dolphin and Stonefit on the straight as they run round turn 2. Dodge and Warboy being cautious off the exit of turn 1. What a run off the line, but an atrocity has happened to Troy Stonestreet off the start. There's no other way to say it. He hit off of the Will Brown and just absolutely Superman punched him straight into the wall on the left hand.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 2 of the SRW TV. Do I sound surprised? Hell no. We have been doing this for long enough to be able to enjoy it and have a bit of fun. We are at the Circuits of America, the classic track. I remember this thing down from the old Project Car days when I used to be able to drive a car at a decent pace. Not where I am. The same quality as that thing that starts with the word ooh. But anyway. It's a round 2. It's on round 2, and we are going to be having a massive turn up after a spectacular run last week out with a few things that went. It didn't go to plan for some of the big boys out there. One was Ryan Mueller, who had spectacular wall pinning after the safety car, but managed to fight his way all the way back to get himself up into the top 5. Ladies and gents, round 2 is going to be even more spectacular, more cars, more fun, and this is how they look like at the moment. And the AMs, we've got Jacob McIntyre for the Sim Racing Brotherhood leading the charge by 31 points from Scotty Weston, EWT, Chris Tomlin from LCR Esports, and Craig Healy from EWT. Follow down the track, we've got Mitchy Noble, Di Feldman, Adam Mueller, Liam Amos, Marty Hughes, and Shane Newlands. Yes, this is a big grid, 40-plus cars. For the Pro-Ams, we have got Daniel Clutterbuck from EWT, formerly TMX, is in the top spot by a mere 20 points from Jacob Trainer from the Sim Brotherhood. Thomas Sonny Cena in his debut season in the V8 Supercar from SLM Motorsports. Brett Taylor, the raging Tasmanian from EWT, and last season's AM champion is battling it out in 4th place for the Pro-Ams. Troy Dooley from Performance Sim Racing, who had a fantastic run out last week, is in 5th place. Josh Nowak from Swift Racing in 6th, Peter Sattler, Angry Birds 7th, Andrew Cameron from Sim Racing 8th, Phil Manuel 266 Sim Racing after having a spectacular quality shootout. Didn't go too well in the race. Hopefully he'll turn around for him. James Doyle from the Koala Cartel takes his first berth also in the Pro-Ams for the Warren Round Super V8s. 11th place, Callum Hodgkins, who did not take the grid, logged in, but that was as far as he got. Let's have a look at the Pro-Ams. James Scott with an impressive run last week from the Chiefs Esports team is got only a slender lead of 9 points from Dylan Gray from Pacific Esports Racing. Dylan turned out a spectacular run all the way through for the first round after his absence from SRW for a couple of seasons. On his return for Pacific Esports Racing, Ryan Mueller, the reigning champion from season 1, beautiful recovery, getting himself up into 3rd place, 12 points behind. There's not much between these boys. Jax Nova from JR Racing in 4th. Jonathan Gallen, after some spectacular pace in qualifying, is sitting in 5th place. Craig Schultz from 9 in 5. Sim Sports in 6th place. Stevie Banks, the patron saint, no, the owner of Pacific Esports Racing, is in 7th place. Blake Urquhart, Pacific Esports Racing in 8th. Ryan Nielsen from Banter Alliance, who was fighting the title battle with Ryan Mueller all the way to the very end last season, is in 9th. And Peter Pav from Pacific Esports Racing is sitting in 10th place. Ladies and gents, qualifying is just about to start. And as I've just yelled that out, it's got lead commentator Andrew Cam. We'll get that erased. James Watson and Mr. Kobe is downstairs as well. Mr. Watson doesn't like this track. Circuit of Americas, for him, says he sucks lemon.
Try to be that aggressive about it on the air, but yes, this place isn't exactly that take, especially with those in the racetrack design community. I've always kind of likened it as how do you make a circuit made up of the greatest corners in the world but have it be bad? And honestly, it feels like it has a lot to do with this section right here. You know, it's like, well, decreasing radius hairpin and okay into another decreasing radius hairpin and okay. And this really isn't a passing zone because anytime you try to get your nose in, the other car is just going to chop you off and either get spun or you have to back out. Can't get the pass done. Oh, well, but look, they're side by side. So it kind of looks like they're racing hard. That will make the people happy. Right? Yeah, that's not exactly how it works, but I feel like if you just kind of cut straight through these kind of double hairpins and just instead of going through that, just the turn at the end of the back straightaway and then kind of went through and cut through all that and just went straight to that multi-apex right-hander, I think this track would honestly be a lot more enjoyable, but unfortunately that's not the world we live in. There are some parts on this track that are legitimately fun though, like turn 1 as dive bomby as it is, it's definitely a lot of fun when you do get it right, and then carrying all that speed down the hill into the kind of mock maggots, Beckett's, and Chapel section. Like it's a lot of fun. It doesn't always promote the best when it comes to side-by-side racing and good passing opportunities though, so it's gonna be interesting to see everyone try to manufacture their own overtakes and try to figure out how to get them done. And with it being a sprint format, they will have to figure out how to get some overtaking done. And real quick, I just realized, because before we went on air, we were talking about how it doesn't seem to be any names for the corners on this track, but I do remember that technically there is, or at least there's supposed to. Turn 1, I remember when they first built this track, they called Turn 1 Phil Hill, named, of course, after our first world champion, 1961 Formula One world champion, Phil Hill. And it doesn't seem to be like officially written down anywhere, which I've never understood, because it's like, it's perfect. Like, you can't get a better corner name than a giant hill in turn 1 named after our first world champion whose name is Hill. That's like, and of course, no relation to Graham or Damon.
Well, that'll be the last time I ask you about what you think of a track, that's for sure. Yes, I acknowledge that as well, mate. Phil Hill would have been a cracking name for the first corner, because it is a bit of a hill that gets full as well, because it's a cracking part of the track that it disappears. Yeah, I think the only hang up I have with this track is that the width does reduce and expand rapidly in sections and cause bottlenecks all over the place. But I don't mind it. I don't mind it. The S's and everything like that. It's got some really cool nuances. But, it's like anything else. You got to drive between your means, and hopefully that is between the white lines and getting some cracking results. But you might see that the boys are out on track, and they are already tearing up some times out there already. James Scott's got himself a 1:37.48. Ryan Mueller is only, it's less than a tenth behind him at the moment in second place. Dylan Gray's continuing his fine form to the return to the series, sitting in third place with a 1:37.96. Phil Manuel. Now, hopefully, mate, remember him last week? He came out and killed it in qualies, and the race just didn't go his way. So we know he's got one lap pace. Will he be able to translate that into some critical points in the round 2 fixture? Next is Ryan Nielsen at the pointy end again, which is good. In sixth place, Joel Ostenval, 266 Sim Racing, is in tonight after missing round one. The Pro-Am champion being promoted to Pro. Jordan Ethler from Sideways Esports is in eighth. Daniel Clutterbuck, newly crowned EWT driver, in ninth, and Mitchie Noble rounds out the top 10. But, mate, there's still some boys down there with a bit of pace that have got a bit of work to do, yeah.
Yeah, this track is not easy to qualify on. Like, don't forget, this is a FIA Grade 1 circuit, and you know what that means. Ridiculous track limits. Yay! Everybody's favorite. Oh no, I looked at the line. That's a 1X. So that's something you really got to be worried about if you're qualifying. And, you know, that's what makes qualifying laps really good qualifying laps, like what James Scott has been able to do so far, and Mueller, that much more impressive because you have very little room for error. You know, yeah, there's a lot of runoff, much different to what we had to deal with last week at Long Beach, with it being a street course with walls and death. No more than the elbows reach away. But here, yeah, you don't have the walls to deal with, but in qualifying, you have those very tight track limits, which might as well be a wall when you're trying to qualify. And that's not even factoring in the fact that this, of course, is the NASCAR West layout. So you're kind of cutting off towards the end of the S's, like about, I'd say 2/3 of the way through, and kind of cutting through, and you have like a narrow little bit of wall and a big old tire stack that you have to fit the car through. So you basically got to treat that whole section like a street course, you know, being right up close to the wall and having to nail the apex without nailing that tire barrier, and killing your lap and likely killing your car. So that's just so many wrinkles in the plan of everyone out there qualifying. And so far, most seem to be doing well, but few still don't quite have the lap in that's truly representative of their pace.
Yeah, there's a few boys that are just starting to hit those times. And some of them being, actually a lot of them being Pelicans out there as well. We can see at the moment in the top 10, there is, where they go, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in there, 2 in the top 5. So they're all over the place. Pelicans are starting to really get their wings out and about in this series. Johnny Gallen is up in the 9th place. We've seen him do a spectacular run on Sunday night in the GT3 series. For those of you who haven't watched it, get on there and watch it. We were at Brands Hatch, and it was a cracker of a race. It was so much fun out there, and it was in the wet, so made it even more juicy. Some spectacular running out there in the GT3s, and we had them. Even though there was a 24-hour on, we still had 30+ cars on track, so it was a lot of fun. As we watch these boys come around, we are down to the last, 5 minutes, just about to click over. So the boys are, as you can see then, James Scott, you're using the full width of the track coming through that area, and you did mention it before, the runoff is quite big, but also there's going to be some audacious running of the edges of track limits as well as the boys come through. But James Scott in the top spot at the moment for the 137.4. Oh, just as I mentioned that, Ryan Mueller comes in with a 137.39, a whole 1/10 difference in time. So what a way to come out. He's thrown the gauntlet down big time. James Scott in second place, Dylan Gray in third. James Doyle from the Quad Cartel. Whoa. Look at that. In fourth place, Phil Manuel. We seen him last week and do some amazing pacing qualies. Ryan Nielsen in sixth, Ulstenval in seventh. So Ulstenval is obviously practicing with Manuel, his teammate. Up the pointy end, mate. Blake Urquhart, John Gallen, Gordon Easter, and my own little Brandon Levin up there in the 11th place. mate, this is going to be the top 10 is going to turn into a mega battle, isn't it?
Absolutely, and there's still plenty of time left. And I did want to point out real quick that this is an F1 circuit, but like I said, this is the NASCAR layout. So there are a few parts on the track where track limits are significantly relaxed. It's not quite as, look at the line wrong and bam, you're gone, like it would be if it was the true layout. Like, you are going to see them cutting out way wide, especially in the penultimate corner. You're going to see a lot of cars tracking out there. In a few other places too. The areas that you have to be really fearful of is through the S's. Those are still going to be just as rigid and terrifying to deal with from a 1X perspective as they always are. And they might even give you a slowdown depending on when and where you cut it, which could also be race ending, knowing how terrible these slowdowns are and how difficult they are to actually get rid of, especially when you're not going to have a whole lot of room to get out of the racing line until like another several corners and straightaways after the fact.
Yeah, 100%. James Scott has just popped it up to the top step of the 137.30. We are 9/100ths a difference. I'm not sure where Ryan Mueller is on the track at the moment. Let me take the bottom camera to him. There he is coming around the back end. Not sure how he's going to track around, but he's going to have his last attempt because tonight is... What is tonight's format? I have literally left the room. It is a sprint. I knew that, but I can't remember. Is it a 30-30? I can't remember. 20-40. So the qualifying will drop dead like a hammer on a nail at the 15-minute mark, and they won't be able to complete it. Here comes Mueller coming around the back section. He is at the double right-hander coming to the final few corners. Double right-hander opening it right up, hugs the curb nicely in his new liveries, coming up to the final bit, gets it out nice and wide, takes as much of the apex as he can, takes it wide as possible as well. Wow, that was wide. And it comes across the line. Is he going to be able to convert this into a top step? Let's have a look at it just before the hammer falls. He's coming around. He's going over the line now. And... no improvement on that last time. It's still a 137.39.
Oh, well, I was going to point out that the actual timing line is way back at the end, like right as you exit the final corner. So he still could have done a final lap if he wanted to, because I think he had just gotten in with enough time. But he then went and did a burnout in turn one. So I'm going to say he's probably done for this session.
It's like James Doyle on the bottom screen. He is one of the last few out there. It looks like he might have slowed down as well. His Koala Cartel is looking pretty nifty in the V8 Supercar livery. His rear end is stepping out a bit on him as well. Let's see how he's going. Oostenval, where is he? He's given up. Johnny Gallen is coming through now. He's got 30 seconds to get across that line as he's coming up there. Well, is he going to go? Gallen's last lap is not better than his previous, so that doesn't change anything at all. Here comes the Koala Cartel, James Doyle himself. Let's see how he goes. Oh, he's pulling into the pits, so he's had enough as well. Daniel Clutterbuck is down the back end. This looks like it could be it, people. The hammer is going to drop as we speak. Boom. Or as they would say in the Big Bang Theory, bazinga. Look at the red, white, and blue. Tell you what, you guys do love flying the red, white, and blue around, don't you?
Amen, brother. America.
We won't say God save the Queen then. Here we go, ladies and gents. We're going to get some of these logos updated So if you're out there and you can see your logo's not up there, let us know. We'll fix her up. James Scott is the pro that's leading it out with a 137.305. You can see a couple of pro-ams in this top 10 as well. Some spectacular driving by these boys. In second place is Ryan Mueller. Only, I think it was 1/1,000th, sorry, I should say, behind James Scott. In third place, we've got Dylan Gray from PER. In fourth place, Ryan Nielsen from the Sim Racing. Sorry, I think Ryan Nielsen is actually from the Banter Alliance. I keep calling him Ryan Nielsen from the Sim Racing Brotherhood. James Doyle from the Koala Cartel in fifth. Phil Manuel is in sixth for 266. Blake Urquhart from PER is in seventh place. Joel Oostenval from 266 is in eighth place. Johnny Gallen from PER in ninth place. And Jordan Etler from Sideways Esports, which is another new driver out there, in 10th place. Brandon Levin from Team SRW in 11th. In 12th place is Daniel Clutterbuck from EWT. In 13th place, Mitchie Noble from SRB. 14th, Andy Cowan from Performance Sim Racing. 5th place, Scotty Weston from EWT, and leading him out for the AMS at the moment. In 16th place, Peter Pavlovich from PER. And 17th, Jacob Trainer from SRB. And 18th place, the Tasmanian Devil himself, Brett Taylor. Did I get that wrong? I can't remember what his first name is. Adam Mueller, that's it. Oh my God, my brain has already left the building. As we keep going down the grid, Craig Healy from EWT in 21st, Jacob McIntyre in 22nd, Di Feldman 23rd. We've got Marty Hughes 24th, Thomas Anisina 25th, Shane Newens 26th, Stevie Daniels 27th, Chris Tomlin 28th. And tonight downstairs, we've got the proud new daddy, Tyson McAvoy, as the race director. Beside him, we have Mark Cochran from Apex Esport League driver as the race steward, and safety car driver tonight is Stephanie Piccoli. We're lining up, mate. We're getting ready. We are discussing the round 6 North Slide. Yes or no? What does BC say? Leave it as it is, I say. Leave it as it is. The challenge has been laid down by the officials, and fight and die by the same blade that we started with. Let the pen strokes, as the rider would say, dictate where you're going. Ladies and gentlemen, the lights are green. We are green for the Warren Brown VA Supercar Championship, and we are off and running. You can see the back of the grid from the second camera in the front from the top one. They're going wide. Beautifully done by James Scott, taking the inside line straight away. Dylan Gray is on the inside behind him. He's being mobbed. Scott's being mobbed by the Pelicans as Ryan Mueller takes the inside line, side by side, coming through. Looking at the S's, that's going to be able to take the line through. Lot of contact through, and they're taking liberties with these curves, both coming through beautifully. And you can see behind them, Dylan Gray's got Ryan Nielsen coming through. They've got 3 wide, coming through third, fourth, and fifth. Manuel's in there as well. Look at these boys come through, 2 and 2. Finally filling into the single line as James Scott takes it round there. Beautiful work done. Ryan Mueller in second place. Dylan Gray in third. Ryan Nielsen just swapped. Oh, look at that move! I'm not sure, but Ryan Mueller took a heaper corner off. I'm not sure if he's going to have a slowdown or not, but Dylan Gray is in third place. Ryan Nielsen and Sean Doyle have got beautiful work there, doing some cracking driving, I tell you what. And as we go to the back of the screen, the boys are starting to funnel through. You've got Brandon Levin in the main part of the picture, mixing it up with the boys as they come through. Mate, that was some very, very hairy driving through, and track limits were taken to their most extreme.
My goodness, that was a heck of a recovery from Mueller. He got a shocker of a start off of the grid. Like, he had fallen down to like 4th by the time they got past the lights. But a fantastic dive into turn 1 got him alongside of Scott, and he almost got through the S's, but they just kind of ran out of room. They were leaning on each other, but phenomenal racing from the two of them. I have no idea. Oh my goodness, what a save from Gray. I don't know. I was about to say, I don't know how they didn't do that the lap before. Whoa, and they're still contact. Oh, Nielsen.
He's gone out wide. He's managed to save it, Ryan Nielsen, but looks like a contact between Urquhart and Nielsen. Nielsen has maintained the pace coming through, but he must have a massive slowdown as he's taken a lot of the grid. Here they come through again, side by side. Bit of contact there with Dylan Gray. No, that was Urquhart. Oh, that's a replay just there. Oh, he's kept it off the wall. What a drift.
It was incredible.
That must have been a massive code brown. Unfortunately for him, though, he enters the grid back all the way down into 10th and 11th place as he settles in. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 3 minutes in, and my throat's already killing me, not from the CC and dry, but from the screaming and yelling we've been doing like fangirls in the booth up here. But the track is really bringing it all alive, that everyone has been taking massive advantages of track limits at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes on for the feature race. But we have got James Scott in the bottom screens leading it out, and Dylan Gray has managed to, Ryan Mueller has managed to hold on to the back of him. As you can see, right, Dylan Gray, Shane Dorr, Blake Urquhart, Phil Neville. These boys are all fighting it through as they're coming down the main straight across the start-finish line. Phil Neville's got the box seat at the... Phil Manuel's got the box seat between Urquhart and Doyle. Gray just out in front of them. Here's Brandon Levin having a look at these boys. This is a pinch point here, and people are trying to get in and underneath each other at the moment. Manuel and Urquhart are swapping places as they're coming through. Manuel's got the outside line, converting into the inside line for this next corner. Again, track limits. Everyone is sitting across them as much as they can and following it through. We've got Johnny Gallen, who's got into the picture as well. Gallen is in there behind Neville. Oh, nearly gave him a bit of love at the rear end, but the boys just keep it off the wall. All three of them nearly have the kiss of death coming through there. Brandon Levin is having a bit of a tussle there as well as he comes through. Etler behind him. Etler's having a look under brakes. Is he going to make the move? He's done the move. Crack a bit of work there. Oh, too wide as Etler tries to straighten it up. He nearly goes into, I think that was Ryan Nielsen. It was Ryan Nielsen. Oh, man, look at these boys. They're really battling it out at the moment.
Yeah, Mitchie kind of gave a little bit of a love tap to Levin for good measure there.
Steve, mate.
Oh, boy.
They'll be talking about that in the separate chat later on. But this is the drive for a penalty for Gray, lap 2. Oh.
Now that is interesting because I don't remember I didn't hear anyone radio that in, but I think Race Control took a look at it themselves, and that is a big penalty for Gray, and I can't say I disagree with that one, honestly.
Not always do they get called out if they're watching it live and they see it live as the race is going on, because they'll obviously have incidents pop up and they'll refer to them and look at them. Oh, look at that. Etler and Manuel going side by side there. And here we got them going straight through again. I don't mind the new SES livery. Looking pretty good in the matte black and green bonnet. But I tell you what, these cars are screaming it through here. And Ryan Mueller is still keeping up with James Scott. He's got about a second and a half on him now. Scott is really putting the pedal down, but Mueller is there and thereabouts behind, and the battles are thick and thin everywhere. Mitchie Noble is all the way back on the bottom screen onto Brandon Levin, ex-teammates going for it. Ryan Nielsen from Badger Alliance in there as well, as the three of them are battling it through, coming down the back end of the course. And we're on board now with James Scott, who is in cruise control. Fresh air all in front with 13 minutes to go at the moment. 20-40 split. What action the first 10 minutes. Have a look at this. Oh, Mitchie Noble on the inside line. We've got Ryan Nielsen just giving him heaps of space. He knows how Mitchie drives, so he's giving him a bit of extra, I think. It's like when drivers drive around Max Verstappen, they give him that extra bit of room sometimes. And we know that Mitchie can do Mitchie things sometimes. So, as he goes out wide, is he going to come back on track? Oh, the Badger Alliance from Manuel. Oh, he holds that around. As actually, that was Joel Osterval, not Manuel, that did a bit of shake a tail feather as he came across that line. Up the top screen is Manuel. as he is having a bit of a run there with Johnny Gallen. Johnny Gallen putting the pressure on, and they're both chasing down Blake Urquhart. James Doyle is just sitting comfortably, mate. He has got these boys a second behind him, sitting in third place for a newcomer to the V8s.
Yeah, and I think I might have been mistaken a little bit earlier when I said Mitchie was the one that gave Levin a bit of a bump. The more I look at it, the more I realize it was actually Jordan Eitler. I thought that paint looked a little different than what
yes.
Mitch usually runs. So, yeah, I wanted to fix that real quick.
There's Mitchie Noble on the bottom screen, as you can see them coming through. I'm going to take the camera all the way down to Jacob McIntyre. Just as I burnt them both, Jacob McIntyre and Marty Hughes were having a great bit of a tussle, but it all went south then. I'm not sure what was called just then, and I'm not sure if Race Control have linked their penalty system to our stream at the moment. I might get Kobe downstairs to check with the boys.
I think they have, because
they have. Oh yeah, we did see one come up, didn't we? Yeah. We just haven't seen them post them consistently through, because we saw a penalty come up. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only one that was dealt with and looked at, because no one else had reported anything yet.
Tell you what, the different racing lines are really evident as they come out of some of these corners, and some guys have obviously done a bit more practice. They know how much of the track they could bite. Have a look at this, McIntyre. Oh, McIntyre going through there. Who's that? I think that was Peter Pav. No, Marty Hughes and Marty Hughes and Jacob McIntyre coming through there. Look at this camera angle. Look at that. That is amazing. You see the cars leading left, leaning right. Beautifully done. This track, if it doesn't give you good racing, it definitely shows off the line of these V8s quite nicely. As you've got Di Feldman putting the pressure on at the moment on Jacob Trainer. Trainer in the purple car. We're used to seeing Jacob Trainer up further up the pointy end, but looks like he's not settled quite into the series at the moment. Yeah, if you're out there and you're watching and you're supporting a driver out there, let us know who it is, so we don't mind sharing. We've got plenty of camera space to get it all out there. If you think we use too much of the split screen as well, tell us too. So we're always open to the audience participation and telling us what they like and what they don't like. It's how we improve. We don't take offense, that's for sure. If you're out there as well, like, subscribe, hit the notification button. There's 24 people just watching in YouTube land, plus what's on Facebook. So thank you for joining us tonight. If you're a big supporter of sim racing, hit the like, subscribe button, book it in. Also support the people that support us: Warren and Brown Tools, Grimm Industries, Phoenix Driver Development, Shunt Sceneries. Under brakes, Levin has just been pipped nicely there. He was also almost caught standing still there by Ryan Nielsen. Oh, he got
but look at the crossover. He took it back.
I just gave that away and just said, he looks like he just gave it to him, but he just took a different racing line. It just shows you how many different entry points you've got after that Phil Hill corner at the top of the hill.
I mean, he did give it to him, and then he took it right back. He's like, after you, thank you. Just perfectly done.
Dylan Gray's working his way back up through the field. As you can see him on the bottom screen after a cracking performance last season. Oh, look at that straight away. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Oh, Nielsen and one of the SRB boys. I'm not sure which one that was. Oh, that is Mitch Noble. That he's had a bit of love exchanging with, followed by Etler and Joel Oostenval. I do love pronouncing some of these names.
Yeah, especially some of the really hard ones to pronounce, like Scott.
Fishtail and a half. Did you see that?
Oh, no!
Cowan is in there with some contact with Jacob McIntyre. I'm not hearing. 64 has called that in. I'm not sure how much damage he's got, but let's have a look at that. Cowan looks like he just completely misplaced his braking point. Bit of battling down the bottom here. Dylan Gray, Chris Tomlin, Craig Healy as well. A bit of touching and going through each other. So there was contact first, Then
Yeah,
Cowan's gone out wide, and Cowan's I reckon that second contact's going to be on McIntyre because he's drifted across Cowan. Cowan really had nowhere else to go, but I don't think McIntyre really thought there was 3 wide too. So I think that who was the Pelican car? That was Dylan Gray, yeah.
I couldn't. It's hard to tell who's who with the new Pelicans paints. I was already dumb enough about figuring out who was who with their last round of paints. Oh! That was a nice little how do you do.
Well, we're seeing a lot of issues at the moment because people are taking liberties of the track limits, yeah? Some are and some aren't. The boys that aren't are getting underneath cars at the moment and are just pulling their noses out just in time to avoid an incident. You can see right now Dylan Gray making his way through, passing Chris Tomlin in the new SLM livery. I'm loving the new livery there from these boys. The big boss man, Crummy, has done a sensational job. The cars are looking very, very sexy. Jaron is on. We'll be back next week from Team SRD, Race Syndicate Racing. Good to hear, mate. I believe you were out on holidays, so welcome back, just like Cotter. But yes, track limits are creating an issue here, mate.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting seeing the different schools of thought. You know, honestly, you don't really tend to see this happen too much because, you know, I see, at least for the Glen, everyone kind of tends to take a similar line through the kind of extra / non-existent / whatever you really want to refer it to track limits. So really isn't that much of an issue, but here there's definitely a lot of different ways to do it at almost every corner, and there's a little more danger for when cars have those different schools of thoughts as we've seen. And it's already a difficult track as it is with different apexes and lines and way to take the corners, especially coming up to this hairpin here. So you add that on top of the already underlying issues, and you tend to see these incidents happening a lot more as we are.
Yeah, 100%. Kev goes, it's LCR.
Oh no, we got another car going around. Oh!
67, that's my old number. Craig Healy's gone around and he's facing the wrong way as we speak. A little bit of extra little rubber on there. Look at this going too wide. Is this the incident? Is this the replay? I can't see the replay button, so I can't see it.
Yeah, you see.
He started. Looks like. Oh, it looks like the PER car started rotating on its own and just managed to sneak back and give him an extra bit of love tap. But it's tell you what, mate. I can tell you one thing. Have a look at the gap here at the moment coming through the S on the bottom screen. James Scott has got himself a nice lead on Ryan Mueller, but then behind that, James Doyle, he is in a world of his own. He's 11 seconds behind Mueller and Scott. So you can just see him coming through there, but he's got himself a nice lead of Blake Urquhart in 4th place.
Oh, wow. Look how close Manuel got to that wall right there.
Nice pressure going on. Everyone is fighting for points everywhere at the moment. Oostenval and Brett Taylor having a great little stash on the bottom screen as well. These boys are really pushing each other hard. Manuel is he's doing a bit of a recoup on last week's race. He's got himself in the 5th place. He's putting pressure on Urquhart as we speak. And then Urquhart is got his teammate Johnny Gallen supporting him behind Phil Manuel. So Manuel's in a bit of a sandwich. And these guys are fighting for minor spots here, but critical points. Manuel needs to turn this around after the way the race went for him last week. It didn't come out the way he wanted, but he's showing that he's got race pace as well as the 1-lap pace at the moment.
Absolutely. He's backing up those incredible pace as it sounds like we're getting a points penalty for the 64 McIntyre for an unsafe rejoin, if I heard correctly.
Yes, you did, mate. Yes, you did. Here we go. This is a critical. Oh, look at the skipping of the curve there at slow pace there by Johnny Gallen. He tried to sneak across there, but didn't quite make an impact that I think he was wanting through there. But the boys are still going hard. Look at this angle coming through the S's, the perspective from Johnny Gallen with these boys in front of him. He can see them taking less track limit excursions, and then that is so close to that bollard. But then he is taking more of it and getting himself closer to where they are. Lovely bit of track just here. Hard left hand, get it out wide, get the car rotating around as much as possible. Beautiful bit of work by these boys, driving an exceptional race. Down the bottom screen, Oostenval and Dylan Gray. Gray's putting pressure on Oostenval at the moment. You can see, whoa, Dylan Gray is really screaming those tyres like crazy. Every corner he's coming through, he's whacking the pressure on as he takes a dive underneath, under brakes, but can't quite keep it on track. And Oostenval gets to go back in front of them with the over and under, or under and over, depending on which side of the bed you are on. But these boys are doing a beautiful bit of work there. Healy with
what kind of couch are you sleeping on?
Which couch? Have a look. These V8s are looking spectacular on here. The traction lost there was spectacular. Look how much pace he lost coming out of that corner. And now it's got two Pelicans following each other coming straight through. Big slide there from Oostenval. Cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, and cost him an extra spot to Gallen.
Yep, actually, correction. That wasn't Oostenval. That was Phil Manuel. I was thinking of the wrong 266 car at the moment. As you can see, boys going for it in the bottom screen. That's Oostenval just there, taking the inside line as Brett Taylor went out wide. He get left out wide too. Stayed out wide for that long that Dylan Gray come in underneath him as well. So you got two men passing him through. Dylan Gray's working his way up the field. He's up into the 14th place after dropping down to about 20th. Thomas Sunny Cedar on the top screen. Oh, we've got a car requesting a tow somewhere. McIntyre. Hopefully he is not. Oh! How did he end up there? That's a pit entry. Oh,
sure is.
I think he was going in for his drive-through and ended up in the wall. Yes, he was. He's come in too hot. Oh, no. I didn't think he realised. This is one thing that I used to do as well. I used to forget about practicing pit entry. And some of these track pit entries are really acute and really weird. So that's caught him out, unfortunately, for him there. But the battles will continue. James Scott, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the final lap. He's just come up the hill all on his own lonesome. He has got himself up there. He's tore away with 15 seconds ahead of Ryan Mueller. His last lap of 38.86. Manuel looks like he's got himself a time penalty for failure to holding brakes.
Yeah, that's the incident with Healy earlier on.
Yep.
And if you're McIntyre, at least you did that now when in the sprint when it's already over, so you know not to do that in the future when you actually have to make a pit stop. So silver linings? Question mark.
Yep, and they will be doing that shortly too. So we're going to be doing a 40-minute stint after this one, ladies and gents. We are on the final lap, and we've got on board with James Scott as he's tearing it up out there. Ryan Mueller in second place. James Doyle, the Pro-Am, sitting in second place, doing a cracking bit of work out there. Really good driving there. Blake Urquhart in fourth, John Gallen fifth, Phil Manuel in sixth, Ryan Nielsen seventh, Clutterbuck in 8th, 11 9th, Etler in 10th. As we're coming around the final few corners, I think we are. I can't really tell where he is at the moment. Looks like that could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Heat 1 finishes across the line with good old James Scott for the Big Chiefs taking first place, coming across the line quite convincingly. Here we go. We'll see Ryan Mueller coming across the line in second place as he comes across the line. Beautifully done and recovering from last week. James Doyle brings it home now in third place, and the lead Pro-Am in the Koala Cartel. Blake Urquhart's coming across in fourth place. Johnny Gallen in fifth. Finn Manuel has done a cracking job bringing it home through there. He brings it home nicely. Let's see who we got left. We got Nielsen, Clutterbuck, Levin, Etler as they come through the final corner. Scotty Weston is doing a cracking job here again. Weston is coming across the line. Who has he got behind him? He's got Hughes behind him, who is bringing it home beautifully. 1 and 2 for the AMs for Scotty Weston and EWT. Great bit of work there. Di Feldman's coming across the line now as well as we get the rest of the grid coming through. Tell you what, they're still racing, no? They're still racing all the way to the final bit of bitumen with a light white line finishes off. That wasn't a bad bit of racing there, mate. That was quite a bit of fun, especially the early part of it, but they kept us guessing all the way through.
Yeah, I'm quite relieved. It was a lot better than I was anticipating. I was definitely pessimistic about that one, but it definitely showed some major promise, and hopefully they can keep up this energy for the future too.
Yeah, we're a few drivers down tonight. Probably a few that don't like this circuit, but as you can see on the grid at the moment,
I'm not the only one. I told you.
As you can see on the screen right now, outright first, second, and third was James Scott, Ryan Mueller, and it was James Doyle. Is it James Doyle?
Yeah.
Yep, James Doyle. Is it James or Joel?
James Doyle.
James Doyle, yes. Coming across the line, third outright, but the Pro-Am winner for that. Manuel second and Clutterbuck third. Scotty Weston and his teammate Matty Hughes brought it home for the AMs first and second, and Chris Tomlin brought it across the line third outright for the AMs. Critical points everywhere across those, and it's good to see some of the drivers that didn't have such a cracking race last week back up the pointy end.
Yeah, definitely. It was a much needed recovery for a lot of drivers. Obviously, it wasn't the best start for Ryan Nielsen last week. Got some bad luck, so got some bad luck tonight too. But at least being able to recover back up to top 5 in class, that's something. But still got some more ground he's gonna make up, and it's gonna be a lot harder with James Scott already being 2 for 2 here so far.
Yeah, he's definitely bringing it home this season. Early starts anyway. But we've got a few boys that are starting to get a bit faster and starting to show a bit of pace early on in the series, which is good to see. Some of the boys that we're not expecting to be at the pointy end as well.
Yeah, James Doyle is both eye-opening and also not quite surprising whatsoever. Obviously, if you're following along with the GR86 broadcast on Thursdays, you're already well aware how quick James Doyle is in one of those. And if you're not following on with the GR86 broadcast, what's wrong with you? Go watch those too.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Where have you been sleeping? I know what rock. I know what.
Seriously.
Jay, the 86s are a quite bold statement I made. I can't remember where it was in one of my posts that easily the biggest field and the fastest field of the GR86s in the world. And I'd like to someone prove me wrong.
Yeah, almost 40 flipping cars.
Yeah, 100%. It's great to see out there. As you can see, a couple of the boys are out there at the moment for the warm-up for the feature race, ladies and gentlemen. Round 2 of the Warren Brown V8 Supercar Championship. These boys are out there getting their last little tweaks. You can see the colours across the outside of this circuit, and it makes it a bit confusing because, or maybe some of these boys think the thick red line on the outside is the track limit instead of the thick red line on the inside line. But it's a bit like a running track at some points.
Absolutely. You know, we love to put the stars and stripes on everything. What the hell is a kilometer?
I heard rumors that that in certain parts of the USA, boys get tattooed with the stars and stripes on their butt at birth.
I'm
Would that be
not
Texas?
saying. I'm not. That is honestly, you can throw a dart at any of the states in the South, and you'd probably be right. I don't know for sure, being I'm very much not resident or a native of those states, but yeah, pretty much. It's about as accurate as you can get, in all honesty.
We got to sling some of that out there while we can, and while we're waiting for these boys to get ready for the feature race, because there's not many Americans that are watching. Let's be truthful. If they were, our algorithm would be going off its nut because they have such a massive audience out there. I'm going to still yet to find that right formula to trick them into watching us. But I might have to start advertising it as one of the biggest races in US history or something like that for them to come watch it.
No, you need to find the nocturnal people like me. You know, that's how you ended up with me in the first place. So that's pretty much going to be your recipe for success on that one.
Okay, so we're going to have to find people that want munchies.
Oh, sadly, I'm not on anything. This is all me sober. That's
not what I was insinuating, but you know.
You're not, but I'm sure a lot of people think that.
All right, we're here. We are about to grid up, ladies and gents. We got the reverse top 10. So it's going to be very, very interesting how this comes out. We've got Etler and Levin on the front row. We know that Levin can handle himself at a restart and has done so in the past. I'm not too sure about Etler at the moment because he's still new to us from Sideways Esports. In the second row, we've got Daniel Clutterbuck with Ryan Nielsen. Nielsen, we know he can handle himself out there as well. Then we've got Phil Manuel and Johnny Gallen. Gallen has been showing some amazing form of late. They're out in row 3. Row 4, we've got Urquhart and Doyle going for it out there. And in row 5, we've got Ryan Mueller and James Scott. That is going to be a great little battle off the start and get-go. We'll get to see who takes what line at Phil Hill, at the top of Phil Hill. Not Phil himself, but at the top of him, the hill. Anyway, we'll take it to row 6 and we'll have a look. We've got Mitchie Noble with Peter Pav. Row 7, Dylan Gray done a bit of a resurgence through the field after his drive through beside Joel Oostenval in row 7. Row 8 is Brett Taylor and Scotty Weston, the two teammates coming through that part of the grid. Row 9 is Marty Hughes and Pete Sattler. Row 10, Thomas Sunny Cena and Chris Tomlin coming through in 19th and 20th respectively. In 21st place in row 11, we have got the Jacob Trainer and Di Feldman coming through there. In the 12th row, Adam Mueller and Andrew Cowan. In the 13th row, Stevie Daniels Jr. and Craig Healy. In the 14th row, we've got Shane Newens and Jacob McIntyre. Few boys short tonight, and which is a bit of a shame, but still a nice grid of 28. Downstairs, we've got the race director tonight, Tyson McAvoy, and race steward Stephanie Piccoli and Mark Cochran. We haven't had the safety car out there yet, but who knows what the action will bring for this second racing tonight for the major heat. There's a lot of runoff, so the boys can keep rolling unless something spins through the sky and lands drop dead in the middle of the track. I can't see one happening. We're waiting for the big chief, James Scott, to enter. Big Chief, because that's who he races for, the Chiefs, in 10th place to come through. I've got him on the second screen, Ryan Mueller, and we are getting ready to rock and roll. Everyone's getting a bit on the edge. It's starting to build. Ladies and gents, have a look at this grid and all the people out there watching. Thank you to all the spectators out there, the Circuits of America coming out and joining us to show off these amazing V8 supercars from Australia down under all the way in the US of A. And all the beautiful viewers out there in YouTube land. Thank you for supporting us. Without you guys supporting these guys, we would be sitting here talking like two pelicans in a room. Ladies and gents, we are green. The feature race of the V8 Supercars Warren and Brown series is off and running. Levin takes the outside line coming through. Jordan Etler takes the inside line. Levin's got a bit more pace coming from the outside. They go 3 wide coming through there. Phil Manuel tried to get it in there, but Levin gets it done nicely. A little bit of a shake of the tail feather, but takes the race line beautifully coming through. Phil Manuel tried to get under it, but he's dropped himself down into third place coming through there. Here we go as they go sideways coming through. What a view as they come zooming past us on the cameras. Levin has done a cracking job getting the lead. Beautifully done. And they go 1, 2, and 3 coming through. We've got Etler in second place. Clutterbuck has got himself up a couple of places as well. Urquhart into fourth as they come past that beautiful big black wall, trying to keep it off it and keep it clean. Side by side coming through there. We've got Ryan Buell. Look at this. Big Chief himself is coming through. He's done a great job there on Ryan Nielsen. What a way to go. Down the bottom screen, you can see Mueller coming through as well, and he's finding it around his teammate. What a bit of a drive there. That's crazy bit of pace there these boys are showing straight off the bat, and everyone has settled in very, very quickly into their race lines. I thought it would be a lot more chaotic as they went through here, but that was unreal.
Yeah, I was expecting a parking lot at Phil Hill, and there wasn't. Everyone got through phenomenally, despite being about 1,000 wide at times, and a very clean opening lap. No one even gone around yet. So far, so good. And whoa, okay, I almost
see that little bit of contact. That was Nielsen. Yeah, Ryan Nielsen would have had Code Brown there. You can see him on the bottom screen now coming up on the inside line. He has got Blake Urquhart there as well. He's got the Big Chief as well. They're almost 3 wide coming through there. One of the cars went all the way out wide. They're 3 wide now. Have a look at them having a touch and go. How the hell did James Scott get between that gap between those boys? I do not know, but he's managed to pass 2 of them through the middle line. Straight away through there, he's got Phil Manuel and Ryan Nielsen coming through there. What a way to go. Levin has still got the lead at the moment, but he's got a lot of pressure. Oh, no, he doesn't have the lead anymore. He's been moved over by Etler. Etler has taken that spot off him. I missed that while I blinked and looked down the bottom screen. But the boys are going for it like crazy. Have a look at it. Where do you look? Top and bottom. It is amazing bit of battling there. We've got Blake Urquhart putting pressure on the back of Ryan Mueller.
I think he held onto it. My goodness, he was drifting into that corner. I have no idea how he held on to that thing.
Mueller up 6 places, ladies and gents. He's got himself up into 3rd place. I'm not sure how the hell he did that, because he's just been battling. He had a few teammates around him, but looks like James Scott is trying to get in there underneath him as well. You can see Scott just there on the top screen coming in under Urquhart. He's made a pass on one of the EWT boys, which is Daniel Clutterbuck, and going through it. Bottom screen, Mueller's having pressure as well. Look at these drives. 2 wide there. Ryan Nielsen taking the inside line. Oh, he's pushing him all the way wide. He's not letting him through. He's really getting the elbows out. James Scott's got the inside line there on Urquhart. Urquhart takes it off him and releases him a little bit and tries to get over under, but not quite. Oh, great bit of driving there from James Scott. He was given nothing, and he ended up taking it all in the end.
That was wild. That was shades of Schumacher, Barrichello, Hungary 2010 right there. I was expecting the worst, but somehow they made it through. Oh my God.
At them go through. I don't know how they're staying off that wall. It looks like it's all foam, and it looks like if someone does hit it, it's going to grab them and just fling them out. Oh, did you see that? Oh, John Gallon, did he get a tap from behind then? Because he missed that completely. I'm not sure if he got a tap from behind or not.
And then
there was nothing.
No?
But
we got cars going around.
Oh, we got cars going around everywhere. These boys are really going for it at the moment. Well, they're calling something through. We got Andrew Cowan getting involved in a situation there. but it looks like he's back on track and going for it. We've got the boys are battling all the way through the grid. We've got Marty Hughes putting pressure on Di Feldman at the moment. We are talking literally a couple of tenths it was a few seconds ago, but he's backed it off completely. James Doyle had to pit stop practice after last week. Maybe he did. But we go down the front end of the grid. Brandon Levin has dropped back to a third place because we've got Ryan Mueller has snuck it in underneath him as we go through. I'll take that out to a broader camera so you can see that all the action coming through. He has got Ryan Mueller behind him coming through there and Levin chasing them down as well. 082 lap 4. You can see them coming through the S's as we speak.
Oh.
And what a spectacular view that is. These boys and one girl are doing a very, very impressive job out there. We've got James Scott on the back of Brandon Levin on the screen there right now. Scott in the Navy car, Levin with the fluoro yellow. Levin making this car as wide as possible. James Scott has got himself a 139.07 through there. He's got him under brakes, and I don't think Levin's going to battle that too much. This boy is on fire, just like that song. Beautifully done at the moment.
Yeah,
as you may be wondering, peeps, we've got our main cameras gone down, but we're rebooting it as we speak, and we're still rocking and rolling all the way through and giving you as much as we can through this. Dylan Gray has worked his way through as well, doing a bit of work as he's coming through the grid. He's got his teammate in front of him at the moment, Blake Urquhart, up 6 places. The biggest mover so far would have to be Ryan Mueller and James Scott as they come through the grid. Also, down the back of the pack, Jacob McIntyre and Healy 8th and 7th, respectively.
Yeah, phenomenal run for them so far. A lot of great runs. You see Noble just on the edge of the top 10 right here.
Yeah, you've got at the moment, I've got this cameras on Thomas Sonny Cena. He's having a battle there with Jacob Trainer in front of him, and there goes Johnny Gallen on the inside line. Gallen's trying to hold him out. He's going to try to get, no. Cena did a great job and got the nose ahead and kept it ahead. I thought they were going to swap panels as they went through the S's there, but they haven't. What a way to go. Wouldn't you just love to take the straight line straight through that and just go, yep, I'll take that spot. Thank you very much. And but I don't think Iracing would be too much of a fan for you. Clutterbuck and Dylan Gray, have a look at this side-by-side coming through. Beautiful bit of work there. Clutterbuck has got Dylan Gray in front of him at the moment. That what you can see at the moment is actually Clutterbuck and James Doyle on the bottom screen. We're back in the big picture. Very well done there downstairs. He's probably paddling like a duck on water. Everything looked really nice and calm at the top, and he was going like a feral. Feral Paint's just updating at the moment, so you'll see the colours fly back at the moment. You've got Ryan Mueller inside line of Jordan Etler. He's having a great look. He's got the inside through. They're coming down the main straight up to Phil Hill. Who's going to take what line? Have a look behind him. James Scott.
Oh, there he is.
Already. James Scott has got the inside line. He's got Etler already pinned. Will he be able to hold him out there? Here he is now. Etler beside James Scott. He's got the line coming through. I think that Etler's just... Oh, no. Where did that come from? Did you see under brakes? It like he didn't even use them there or tap them. Etler broke, and Scott just kept the pace on mid-corner and just kept going through there. That's opened up the door to Brandon Levin in 4th place. Levin is now putting pressure on Etler as well now.
He threw a slide job. Wow.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
He pulled that off.
Yeah.
To perfection.
The way he did that was spectacular. It looked effortless. It really looked so smooth. But, yeah, that was crazy.
And I tell you, that was a nice piece of driving from Mueller, too, going up through Phil Hill, because you could tell that James Scott had the 3-wide maneuver locked and loaded, but right as they were getting into the braking zone, Ryan just kind of jinked a little bit over to the left, you know, trying to close off that entry point, and letting James know it's like, I know what you're planning to do. I'm not going to give you an opportunity to do that. And James kind of had to tuck back in and just kind of bide his time and make his way past Eitler with the slider, but that was great stuff by Mueller to be aware of his surroundings.
Bottom screen, we've got James Scott chasing down Ryan Mueller. You can see them coming through there and see where he's going through. Top screen, we've got Thomas Sonny Cena finding out Brett Taylor. These boys have been duking it out for a few laps now. Both Pro-Am drivers getting stuck right into it and making sure that they can almost taste each other's body panels. Oh, Brett Taylor's taking the inside line. Is he going to make a bit of a headway through there? Thomas Sonny Cena, very, very smooth for a boy who hasn't done a lot of V8 driving. Have a look how close James Scott is getting now. Bottom screen, we've got 4.5 tenths at the moment. Under brake, he seems to be making a great jump through there. And I'm not sure if you can hear his engines, but I tell you what, he is screaming, this motor.
That he is. You can almost hear the screams of the motor over my screams.
Here we go. Brett Taylor is really coming. Mate, he is jumped a level. He's gone up. He's gone up to a new level. He won the AM title, but it seems that his driving's moved up the next level. He's really battling it out with the Pro-Ams at the moment and getting his elbows out nicely.
Yeah, he's out there trying to show that not only is he the AMS champion, he wants to go out and win the Pro-Am championship. Like, the metamorphosis he's had over the past 2 seasons has been a sight to behold. Like you said, the difference in pace from now compared to when I first started hopping on the broadcast has been incredible for Brett, and it's just getting better and better every lap. And I tell you what else is getting better and better. There's a battle for the lead right here.
It is. It's getting hot. We're talking 3/10 gap at the moment, all the way through. And last lap, James Scott set a 1:38.78, so the fastest lap of the night so far coming through. And you can see how you can see them from both angles now, the bigger picture view and the side. Have a look. James Scott's going a little bit wider, getting the car a little bit straighter earlier, and it's getting him the pace out of the corners. Have a look at this. Overside each other. There's overlap. You can see it on the bottom screen. You can see it now on the top screen. Scott's got the inside line. They're changing a bit of rubber. It's taking a bit of extra dirt there, but Mueller's not letting it go. He has got the inside line as well, and now he is. Oh, beautifully done. Recovers that position nicely and takes the acute line rather than the outside line. But Scott is not finished just yet. There's pressure on. We are 27 minutes into a 40-minute stint, so we are going to see in the next 10 minutes some pit stops coming through, or maybe even the next 5 minutes even. Who knows? You could take it a little bit earlier here and race to the end. Thomas Sonny Cena on the top screen, battling there with Brett Taylor. They're still going for it through. These are the 2 closest battles, ladies and gents, at the moment. Thomas Sonny Cena pushing the pedal down as hard as he can through. Bottom screen, up Phil Hill. Ryan Mueller's got the inside line. James Scott the outside line. They're side by side coming through there. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle from both of them at the moment. Mueller's got the inside line. Now the outside for the next corner and flicks over to the inside line, brings it across him beautifully and switches it across. We might switch screens here. I'll go to Thomas Sonny Cena and let's downstairs take it all the way back up to the big boys at the top, because the battle is heating up between these two, and these are some critical points as well. Ryan Mueller needs to stay in front of James Scott to get some critical points back. Mueller
kind of slid the apex a little bit. Now he's got to go hyper defensive, trying to hold Scott off.
Yes, you watch Scott. Mueller's line is really good, and he's trying to stay a bit more central. If you can see, he's not going apex to apex. He's just tugging it on the inside line so that Scott can't get under him. But Scott, at some corners, is taking the full apex and more to maintain pace coming through these corners too, which is making it difficult for Mueller because he's getting side onto him, but not quite enough to pass him at this point.
If I'm Mueller, honestly the thing I'm the most scared of, not necessarily a dive bomb or something, is the undercut. I feel like if you're James Scott, you gotta look to maybe bringing it in within the next lap or two here.
Yeah, you could quite easily do that. And we know how fast James Scott is when he's out in some open air. The trick's going to be, has he got someone in there talking to him and letting him know where there's a big gap in the field, whether he's going to be able to come out in that gap or not. He races for a big team, but I'm not sure if he gets a lot of crew helping him on a night like tonight, as we see Brett Taylor on the bottom screen going out as far as he could to maintain pace in the second last corner. It's brought him right on the back of Thomas Sunny Scenery. He's singing it up Phil Hill at the moment, right up on the inside line. I mean, is he going tuck in underneath him at the moment? He is. He tucked in underneath on. He's going to go under brakes. He's going to take the more acute line. Sunny Scenery is on the faster line on the outside, but he didn't get enough done. Looks like he slowed down way too much through there.
It's also a good move. Urquhart getting by Ryan Nielsen, entering the Mock Bigots and Chapel too.
And have a look at the boys down the bottom there. Urquhart and Dylan Gray having a bit of a battle there with Ryan Nielsen. You can see Nielsen just behind them getting in underneath. Dylan Gray here and there is putting the pressure on big time. I should say he's getting in underneath Urquhart, not Dylan Gray. Oh, Brandon Levin is just past Jordan Etler too, so we missed that one too. I just saw that pop up. So Brandon Levin's got himself up into the podium position, and behind him, Etler is not too far behind. He has got the pressure on. It's funny watching. Going round Sattler. Sattler has rotated that car around. I'm not sure if he had help or not.
Yeah, there's another car right there. It's like one of the Pelicans.
Yeah, it looks like he got one of the Pelicans. I think that was Marty Hughes that he was involved with at that point, but I could be wrong. Or was it Peter Pav? Might have been Peter Pav. But Brandon Levin is dispatching Etler at the moment. He's pulling away slowly.
Replay. And so far, oh no, he doesn't get him on the...
Oh, he's tagged it just there. Okay, was that Jacob Trainer?
Looked like.
Yeah.
And then where's the... Didn't see where the Pelican got involved on that.
Yep. Tell you what, though, these boys are starting to get up to some back markers at the moment. Top screen, ladies and gents, we've got Ryan Mueller, James Scott. Really, Mueller really got that car rotated around. He lost a bit of traction through there, but it managed to grip up on the second slide and get a good little exit out of that corner, which opened up a little bit of a gap because James Scott was all over the back of him at that point. But we're at the 22-minute mark. We haven't seen a pit at the moment. Andrew Cowan was in, but I'm not sure if that was a penalty or if it was for a bit of a service coming through. What I was going to say was, you see the second car, the chasing car, always, or not always, but most times, taking more liberties with the track definition, the track lines, and trying to open up and straight line it as much as possible. Here we go, and the up Phil Hill. Have a look at James Scott's pace going through there. Looks like Travis Nielsen got himself a penalty for causing a collision. A drive-through penalty.
Jacob Trainer.
Oh, it's Jacob Trainer. He didn't get a time penalty. He got a drive-through, so it must have been more serious.
Yeah, that was the incident with Sattler we saw a little bit ago.
Yep, James Dawes in the pits, ladies and gents. Looks like the first of the pit stops coming through at the 21-minute mark, as you can see him popping up on the spikes. He was on there for how long? 7.9. To Jacob Doyle, total time on the sticks was 12.88. Ryan Mueller, I reckon he's doing a bit of fuel saving through here on the back. James Scott doing a bit of fuel saving here on the back of Ryan at the moment. Or they still fanging it like crazy. At the moment, we've got Etler, who has lost a bit of time there to Brandon Levin in the second spot. I'm going to take it down bottom town with a bit of a battle there with Jacob Trainer and Craig Healy under brakes at the moment.
Yeah, honestly, Steve, I feel like he could be and probably is, just because if you're Scott, you know, with how much pace he had in the sprint, being able to eke it out to a 4+ second win. And the fact that you've been on the back of this one car for the entirety of the race, it feels like, that you've got, I'm not going to say a big advantage, but a bit of an advantage. So you can kind of just, ride a little bit, just kind of keep the pressure on, maybe try to go for the lead if an opportunity presents itself, but you're going to have a huge opportunity to take the lead once pit stops come either way. You could, doesn't have to be the undercut. Like, if he gets clean track, even if Mueller pits first and he can, work the overcut and have all that clean track and just lay down some heaters, that's still going to be difficult for Mueller to counteract without being able to hold him back. The defensive drive that Mueller is putting on is textbook perfection, but it's hard to defend when the car isn't directly behind you. Whoa!
Bit of sideways bumping there. So Jordan Etler just came out of the pits, and he had Phil Manuel, who was out the lap before with a bit warmer tyres, coming side by side, and they come to grips a little bit there. I think it was a case of cold tyres at that point, but we've had about half a dozen cars go in through the pits at the moment, and Manuel, who was sitting in fourth place, is now all the way down after his pit in 15th place. So there's a 11 position gap difference. Oh, and he has been asked to readdress that. Yep. So that sleight of hand, that slight contact is being charged with a readdress. So he's got to get behind James Doyle. Looks like he's going to do it at what point? I'm not sure. Yes, he has. Oh, now that he's readdressed it, there's more contact down the bottom there as well.
Now it's James Doyle joining the fray.
Yeah. Now you got Adam Mueller, Jordan Etler, Phil Manuel, and James Doyle going for it. The three of them battling down there. We haven't seen these boys. Thomas Sonny Cedar, Adam Mueller have gone into the pits now as well. These boys at the moment in the front end of the grid have been going for 23 minutes. They'll have at least 25 to 28 minutes worth of petrol in that car. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Is one going to go in? Look, if for me at the moment, I would stay out if I was Ryan Mueller, because he's in clean air if he stays out there. And James Scott maybe try to take the advantage and get the undercut going. But I think it would be crazy for Mueller to go up into the pits first.
Yeah, because I don't feel like the undercut from a tire where, honestly, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, here we go.
Well, James Scott's in. James Scott's in, just like we almost predicted it. He is in. Let's see where he comes out. I'll take you've got him on the bottom camera. I'll take James Scott on the bottom camera so we can watch the racing coming through, and you can stick with Ryan and the other boys. So they're the first of the pitters coming through that whole section is Phil Manuel, who was in fourth place. It'll be interesting to see how James Scott comes out compared to him. Phil Manuel is currently in 14th place. He had that little tussle with Jordan Esler. Esler came out 2 laps after him. So it's there and thereabouts. James Scott is coming out at the moment already, up on the sticks for 12.62. So he had a fair stint up there. Let's see how Ryan Mueller's going for pace at the moment and where he's going to come out. James Scott has come out in 7th place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places ahead of Phil Manuel, which is roughly where he should be. Hey, Mr. Douglas, how you doing, buddy? Long time no speak.
Yeah, speaking of Manuel, that Hornet's Nest is not going away. They are still throwing haymakers at each other.
Oh, yeah. He's having a great little tussle there. If I can just find his name on my grid at the moment. Where's he hiding? There he is. He's got Jordan Etler and James Doyle from the Koala Cartel fagging it.
Here we go.
Behind there.
Here
we go. All right. I'll go to Ryan Mueller on the pit cam, and let's see how it comes out with the race leader, who's managed to get the better time. I think he's coming at the right time because James Scott wouldn't have his tyres up to temperature just yet. But Brandon Levin's followed him in as well, so both of them have gone in. Smart thing by Brandon. Let's see how long Ryan has to sit on the sticks for. He's in there. Dylan Gray's got himself up 12 places up to the top. Jacob McIntyre up 18. Unofficial, though, because...
He's away. Here we go.
Here he goes. He's coming out. Ladies and gents. There he is coming up the hill. Oh, they meet side by side.
Barely.
And James Scott has got it done. Not by a hell of a lot, that's for sure. There's probably probably about 5/10 difference coming through there, enough to get him from behind Ryan Mueller to in front of him. So great bit of work there. All the rest of the boys are coming through and out of the pits. Where did Brandon Levin come out of all that? So Ryan Mueller came out. So, okay, Brandon Levin has got Mitchy Noble and Johnny Gallen in front of him at the moment. So he would be third sitting on the grid at the moment. But we've got Johnny Gallen and Mitch Noble in behind them. Mitch Noble is right behind Ryan Mueller at the moment on the... I didn't switch over. There it is. On the bottom screen as we speak. Actually, he's behind Johnny Gallen. I lied, but did you know I lied? It's funny. Some people turn around and they'll tell me, oh, you know, you got this name wrong, that name wrong, and this team wrong. I said, you know what it's like when there's 30-plus cars on the track and you're calling these people left, right, and centre, and you do stumble over your tongue a lot, especially when you've got a big one like mine.
Yeah, and you know, if there was one thing being in this business has taught me in my going on 5+ years now, it's really easy to do it, and you hear even the professionals do it. So you know, sometimes it happens here or there. So you just gotta learn to live with it and try to be better the next time. Boy, howdy, look at that angry scene on the bottom of the screen.
See how close James got there under brakes?
Sure did.
Looked like his car was almost skipping under brakes then, like it was going pop, 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 you know, when you hit a few lumps. It's coming through. Have a look at this top screen, Manuel on the inside line. Beautiful bit of work there. Oh, my goodness. Look at this battle coming through. Atlo's having a bit of a push and shove there. He's really got his elbows out on, I think that was Peter Pav that he had in front of him at the time. It was James Doyle's behind him, and James Doyle could smell the blood. But look at the difference in braking points. Right, have a look at these brake lights at the moment. You can just see them, who releases them, and when they release them straight away coming through. You can see when you're watching the guy in front of you, you try to always release it just a little bit, get on them just a little bit later than the guy in front of you. But sometimes you can't miss that point and go straight into him like Mr. Doyle almost did. Oh, side-by-side action going through. Car 6-7 Healy with a penalty. Oh, he's not going to get it done. He dived it in too hot. Oh, it opened it right up. Look at that. What a drive there by Doyle. Doyle did a cracker bit of work. These two boys were battling each other. They forgot all about him and their teammates. So they've done themselves a bit of a disservice battling each other, because Urquhart has got now he has got what's his name behind him? Peter Pav, then Ryan Nielsen. Oh, man, that was a great bit of work there by Doyle. 2 spots in one go.
Yeah, you saw Etler just kind of airmailed the braking zone and took both of them just straight off. It was a good recovery from Pavlovich to hold on to it and minimize damage to his own race. But yeah, that cost Etler quite a few spots. And then Peter Pav almost just absolutely stuffed it into that same wall entering pit road that we saw McIntyre do in the sprint. Yeah. Thankfully, he held onto the car enough to keep it from the race ender. But yeah, nervous times again for the Peter Pav camp right there.
Yeah, 100%. Etler's got himself a 5 second 10-second penalty there. We've got Will Buchanan in the chat, man. Will, where are you, mate? Why are you not on the grid?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, all that wicked pace you showed at the end of the season, and we're yet to see you grace us with with your presence.
Grace us with our presence.
Almost. Daniel Clutterbuck on Joel Ulstenvale at the moment. Daniel newly promoted, not promoted, but joined forces with JMK, the EWT team. But some great little battles going. James Scott is starting to pull away slightly from Ryan Mueller, but Mueller is keeping the pace up through him. I think having James Scott in this series is really giving Mueller the ability to improve and get faster and faster, because he's always got someone out there battling with him, which is good to see. Brandon Levin is in a cozy position. He's got a 5-second buffer behind him, and he is about 4 seconds behind Ryan Mueller at the moment in third place. Dylan Gray has recovered up 9 places, doing a cracking job after his drive-through into 4th place. Phil Manuel into 5th place. James Doyle up 2 places into 6th. Blake Urquhart, same spot, 7th place. Ryan Nielsen down 4. Jordan Etler down 8. And Joel Ulstenvale up 10 places. That's the top 10 as the boys are battling through and doing a cracking job. Everyone is pitted now. We're a sprint all the way to the end with just over 8 minutes to go, ladies and gents.
And Mueller
working out of town.
And Mueller has done a phenomenal job of staying connected to James Scott. You know, I was a bit worried that James might be able to just kind of pull away, similar to how he did in the sprint. But Ryan has not let him do so. He has kept it within striking distance this whole time, and just agonizingly close, but just not close enough to make that move. And
Peter Settler.
Oh yeah, hello. Yeah, he's right there. They just passed him. My goodness.
Yeah, is this going to be a safety car?
This
could be a safety car, mate. He is gone. That car is cooked and he's on track. Get ready for it. Get ready for it.
Stand by.
What's happened here? Has he hit something, or what's going on here? What? What happened? It's lucky break. Is his engine blown?
I mean,
I think he might have blown his engine.
I mean, it was a little whiff of smoke, but it looked more like a brake lockup than the magic smoke.
Hardware failure.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah, looks like hardware failure. Oh, we haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't thought. Is he still there?
He is not.
No,
okay.
He's towed. Thank God for that. All right, we are back. 7 minutes to go. I almost thought we were going to be going for a safety car there in the last few minutes, which would have been actually quite spectacular to see these boys fighting it out there for the last few minutes, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we would have been able to get everyone grouped up and back around in time to have at least one lap, let alone 2. So yeah, race control, it's the right decision to just... Oh no!
Oh, I was just about to say they were driving really close to each other, and Mitch was getting very close out of the exits, and looked like he got a little bit too close in the end. Oh, the Mark Stang getting himself a fat...
Oh, and who's that? I think that's...
Who is that? Oh, Shane Newlands. Shane Newlands
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. Shane Newlands. I've just discovered the SDK has got the bit down the bottom where it shows me who's crashed, and I've got that moved up so I can actually see it. Oh, Stevie. Johnny Gallen still battling out there with Mitchie Noble. Bottom screen, we've got Blake Urquhart, Ryan Nielsen, and James Doyle. James Doyle, Ryan Nielsen swapping it at the moment. They're going up the hill at the moment. They're about to get to the top of Phil Hill. Phil will be wrapped about that. Under brakes, you got Nielsen on the inside line, Doyle on the outside line, and it's going through. But have a look behind them. You got Blake Urquhart trying to get in underneath there as well, trying to get in underneath the koala, but not quite close enough to make it happen. James Scott in the top screen. Oh, look at that. Urquhart on the inside of Doyle. He's made it happen through the exit. What a big-sized pair of cojones. He had to do that. His car was wiggling as he was trying to get control of it and under brakes and squeeze it into that little spot that was there. But great bit of driving there by Urquhart. Whoa.
Yeah, it looked kind of like the slider James got through early in the race. Phenomenal move.
Oh, definitely a phenomenal move, that one as well. So we're seeing the mid-packs, back-packs, everyone battling it on at the moment. We can see at the bottom screen we've got for you, the Pelican versus Sim Brotherhood, Jacob Trainer, Marty Hughes fighting for it as well as they're coming through. Top screen with less than 5 minutes to go. James Scott has got the lead on Ryan Mueller. Mueller staying in and around that area. In third place, we've got Brandon Levin, who's got himself a bit of a buffer. 216, Peter Pav. It's got a readdress to Jacob McIntyre. We didn't see that move.
No, but he did radio that in a little bit ago.
Yep. Here we go. Coming through. The look at the fight on the bottom screen. You got Trainer and Hughes going for it as well. I'm going to find some more battles for you viewers. Johnny Gallen and Phil Manuel. And it's not Manuel from Faulty Towers either. This boy has been driving exceptionally well. Where'd he go? He just disappeared on me. Wow. That was my SDK people. I apologise. We are down to the last 3 and a bit minutes, and we are at the end of round 2 for season 2. So here he goes. 216 is calling something in. 216. 216.
Pav.
Pav was he calling something in, or was he?
He was calling something in. Oh. What the was that?
Look at that. Oh, how did he miss him? Oh, and he's rolled straight out there. Has he got himself? Oh, that car's cooked. That car is cooked. That front end is gone. Who was that? That was in one of the Sim Race Brotherhoods. I think that might have been with McIntyre.
That was McIntyre.
Yeah.
They had a secondary incident after whatever caused the readdress.
Yep, that was messy as. And that car just capitulated. Lucky he didn't come across McIntyre then and pinned them both together. But Peter Pav's night is done and dusted. He won't be happy with that, that's for sure. The battles are still going strong in a couple of spots. Brett Taylor and Craig Healy are chasing down Thomas Sonny Cena in the bottom screen and putting a bit of pressure on top screen. We've got James Scott and Ryan Mueller the last 2 minutes of the second heat for round 2. The reading the post there from Mr. Buchanan. Mr. Buchanan, I was thinking the same thing a few minutes ago, mate. I think the allegations of Levin being in Pro-Am needs to be stopped now. He definitely needs to go up to Pro. Mr. Lamb Shark, hello, Steve. How you going, buddy? This has been a great night out there, I tell you what, and we've seen some spectacular races. We're not a fan of this track, mate, but I tell you what, it has brought out some amazing battles, a lot of rubbing of the shoulders and some very, very tight work amongst these people out there. But it's good to see these boys putting on an absolute killer for us. Let's have a look at the moment. We've got Levin as the Pro-Am leading out there. The second Pro-Am is Phil Manuel in 5th place. Then in the highest rankings of the AMs, I believe it was it Scotty Weston? If you go back to that other screen for a sec.
Yeah, last time
I think it was Scotty Weston. Yeah, yes, it is Scotty Weston in 14th place. And his teammate Craig Healy following in 17th and Mueller in 19th. So great bit of work out there. We are down. Is this the white flag? As I think some of the rear end is really stepping out for Mr. James Scott at the moment.
I'm fairly certain it is because he crossed the line with about a minute and 31 seconds, which is less than.
Yeah.
So it should be a white flag, but we haven't seen anything anywhere pop up yet. Although driver chat was disabled, so I believe
Yeah,
this
it is white
must
flag
be
lap. It is white flag lap. Yes, this is the final lap. That's Adam Mueller with a blown engine coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, here he comes around the final few corners there. Oh, look at the slide there from Ryan Mueller behind him. Bit of an expression session there for the final few bits. He's going for it left, right and centre and having a bit of fun. Ladies and gents, we're coming around the final two corners. Coming through, we are here for the race finish of the V8 Supercars, brought to you by Warren Brown. The seat feature race round 2. Mr. James Scott takes the first place across the line, and followed by him is Ryan Mueller coming in second place. Brandon Levin brings it home here in third place as they're coming through there. Dylan Gray will sneak past a few seconds later, coming home for the fourth place with a brilliant recovery of 9 places up the hill. We're coming home. There he is too. Then we are going to come home with Phil Manuel. No, he's being beaten in the last corner by Ryan Nielsen. 2 by 2. They're coming through to some critical points. Nielsen's got the outside line. And here comes, no, it's Manuel on Nielsen. Manuel brings it home over the top of him. Nicely done. As you see some of these boys sprinting to the line for some critical points. There is all open space from here onwards. Ryan Nielsen, Blake Urquhart in 7th. James Doyle is going to come across as well. As you can see at the moment, Thomas Sonny Cena and Mitchy Noble and Brett Taylor. Oh, there's contact. Is that before or after the line? Oh,
it looks like before.
That's before. That was Brett Taylor beating Thomas Sonny Cena at that point. Sonny Cena is readdressed it by the look of it. He has. He's let Brett Taylor cross that line just in front of him with the way they came through. Then we've got Craig Healy, Andrew Cowan, Jacob Trainer, Marty Hughes, Chris Tomlin, Stevie Daniels Jr., Adam Mueller and Di Feldman, and the rest of the field. We've had a couple of cars that did not finish due to damage. But here it is, ladies and gents. This is how we finished on tonight. A cracking bit of work out there. We have the top 3 is James Scott, Ryan Mueller and Brandon Levin. Outright for the pros comes in Dylan Gray in 3rd place. Ryan Niels, Urquhart, Ustenval, Gallen and Pavlovic. For the Pro-Ams, it's Levin, Manuel, Doyle, Etlar, Clutterbuck, Noble, Cena, Taylor, Cowan, Trainer. And then we've got in the AMs, Scotty Weston has finally got rid of his teammate Brett Taylor, who kept stealing the top step for him, and passed the baton on to his teammate. Scotty Weston is the AM winner for the feature race, followed by Craig Healy, Marty Hughes, Jacob McIntyre, Chris Tomlin, Stevie Daniels, Adam Mueller, Shane Newens, and Di Feldman. What a run that was tonight, ladies and gents. I had a blast. I'm not sure if you did. Thank you to the viewers that are out there. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and share it out there next week, peeps, please. There's so many people out there that should be watching this. These boys are doing a cracking job. We've got a photo opportunity here of James Scott, the race winner, as he's sitting there on the pit line. So I know I just heard them say downstairs, Mitchy Noble got the class win. What? Can we have a look at that class ladder again? How did Mitchy Noble get a class win?
I am not sure. Maybe he got
I think Mitchy Noble's been
power up.
Has Mitchy Noble been pushed down to M, maybe?
I haven't heard that.
I might just have a quick look downstairs in the... Okay, let me have a look just quickly downstairs in the open chat. Where is... I don't know why Mitchy Noble's an AM, because he's definitely up there with the Pro-Ams. We'll have to have a chat about that one. Ooh, that's a fair point there. The few people were still battling while they were calling out the positions, so it's a fair point too. Fair point. Should be waiting until the final car crosses the line, but I don't know, mate. They reckon that that Mitchy Noble is an AM. I don't know. I've seen him do really well and be at the pointy end a fair few times. So I don't know. Well, I guess it will change possibly after round 3. But yeah, it looks like Mitchy Noble takes the AM out tonight. He's in the box already, so we might as well have a bit of a chin wag to him and see how he feels about winning an AM top step. Ladies and gents, Mitchy Noble from the Sim Racing Brotherhood got gifted a top step tonight, being classed as an AM. Mitchy Noble, how you feeling, mate?
That's just who we are.
Feeling good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure that you're an AM, mate. That's up for debate for me. I've seen you drive like an absolute weapon in these V8s, and I think you're pro-am quality as far as I'm concerned. But you've got the title.
Yeah, I don't know. I went, you know, last
Did a great crack, a bit of work there. So it looks like the track limits for me tonight were a bit of a talking point. It was the following car was always taking more advantage of the track limits than the car in front, so it gave you a bit of an edge to be able to sneak up on people.
I think so. I was just lucky. I think I haven't driven this track before, so I think it's just beginner's luck, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're having a bit of fun out there, mate. How's the new rig and the new gear?
New rig and gear is good. It's clearly helping. Shout out to my partner who's currently in the middle of the ocean on a boat for upgrading everything. Without
Mate,
her, I
I'd
would
say
have been...
it's more than a boat. It's more like a floating city, really.
Oh, hers is like just a giant floating Faraday cage. Nothing goes in, nothing comes out.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Well, good to see. Just a quick reminder: next time you're down in Melbourne, mate, give me some notice, will you? I'm a married man of kids. You can't just drop it at a drop of a hat and go karting.
Well, I gave Josh and Jamie some notice, and then they decided to go do something else while I was the pricks.
Excellent, excellent, mate. Excellent. They taught you a lesson. But mate, Mr. Noble, good to see you out there getting a bit of a win, sliding that car around the corner, and you had a bit of contact there with Johnny Gallen at one point. You guys were around about each other a bit tonight. Good little battle with him.
Yeah, that was fun. When I saw that hit happen, I don't know if I was too close or if it was a little bit of net code, but I made sure that he didn't go on the wall and don't pass him. So I just waited for him to straighten up to keep us both going.
Yeah, we saw that on the stream, and very honourable of you to readdress it pretty much there and then straight away, which I don't usually recommend for drivers to do, but it was only the two of you there, so it worked out quite well. Sometimes when there's a lot of cars around, you're better off just keep racing and let race control decide the fact, because you could just lose more places for the sake of not losing them. But mate, who gets Mr. Mitch Noble out on track and supports the team?
Well, I want to shout out Nick, the team boss. Awesome dude. He's been fantastic the whole way through, supportive of everyone in leagues all around the world. Mr. McIntyre, Mr. Traynor, Liam, who's currently not here at the moment. So is Tim. We've got Josh, who else joined us earlier this year. He's been fantastic to be around as well. And we've got Mr. Jacob Miller, who runs Miller Motorsport. It's on the side of the car. He's been super supportive of everything as well. As well as our sponsors, Aethless, Kennard's Hire, myself. I'm on the logo now. I started a thing, so still at very early. Yeah.
What is the thing you started, mate? Not a disease, I hope.
No, not a disease. So I started my own company.
Doing
still
what,
in
mate?
very early, or mechanical repairs.
Okay, excellent, mate. Excellent.
So with the new shop, I left Audi. That is long gone. They kind of screwed me around in a way, and I'm not going to go in public to why. But my new boss said if I ever wanted to do stuff on a weekend, cashies or on my own thing on a weekend, I can come in and use the shop. So I took that as an advantage and set my own thing up.
Excellent work, mate. Well, there you go. If you're out in Canberra and you want someone that knows a little bit about cars,
Specifically how it is.
a lot about cars, European cars. Go speak to Mitchy Noble. You can hit him up on Discord, or you can reach out to me and I'll handball him to you. So,
But
well
also
done, mate.
Kennard's Hire and all the other ones of our sponsors, TSRC and yeah, I can't remember the other ones. They've completely gone from me.
Well, mate, get that list, pin it beside your rig, so you've got it for next time. All right, because if you're in an AM position, there might be a few more podiums coming.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to play the team game as well, so we've got a few other AMs in here, so I can't take it all for myself.
We'll see how that goes for you, mate. Well, congratulations, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, the AMS champion for tonight, round 2, Mr. Mitchy Noble from the Sim Racing Brotherhood. Take care, brother.
You too. See us.
All right, so what do we got next? We had Scotty Weston in here as the winner, but Scotty Weston's in there at the moment, and that was stolen by Mitchy Noble. Brandon 11 is not in there because he's probably running off to work. So we're going to bring in... he was the Pro-Am winner as well, wasn't he? Yeah. So let's bring in Ryan Mueller, mate. If you want to ask some questions as well, mate, just pop in beside me. It's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Mueller, our reigning number 1 livery, our champion from season 1, brings it into the room and does a spectacular job in second position tonight. How you going, Ryan? How was that out there, buddy? Ryan, you're muted. I don't think he realises he's muted at the moment. Is he talking to us? No, he's not talking to us. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Or maybe he's just left the room expecting us to talk to someone else. Look, we'll bring him back in a few minutes' time, but let's have a quick chat to James Scott, the legend from the Big Chiefs, as he takes out Heat 2, the feature race, and he's got his mic silent as well. Maybe he'll turn it back on for us. Mr. Scott, are you there? We're not winning here, James. Ryan, have you got your mic on now? Oh, that's Scotty's got his mic on. What's going on with all these people in there? Mic's off. Well, we've got them both in the room, ladies and gents. One of them will turn them off. Whoever turns their mic back on first will be the one we speak to. I've got a message coming through. James Scott, we can't talk in here for some reason. What's going on?
Yeah, because I noticed that the mute is only popping in when they're brought in. It's not. Okay. They're not muted in the waiting room.
I will do something special for these boys at the moment, and I will release them, and hopefully that works for them at the moment.
Yeah, so I think it's because you're in broadcast room 2. They might only have permissions for the button, so just bear that in mind.
Okay, so what I've just done is given them both broadcast roles, so they both should be able to speak to us now. Well, that's weird. Don't know. Oh, James Scott, can you hear me now?
Got ya.
Got me. There you go. I've just given you both admin roles for the series. I've got you both in the room now, Ryan and James. Brilliant battling out there. First to you, Ryan, how was it out there? You had some early leads and some battles out there. How did you like the track?
Definitely a tricky and very precise track, but yeah, I felt like the Pacific Ford Mustang was pretty good this week, so.
Liked it out there. As the how was the heat factor out there? I noticed later in the race the tyres starting to get a bit slidey, or was that you just having fun?
It wasn't too bad, to be honest. I think I made a little tweak after the first race because I just couldn't keep doing the same laps, and I made a tweak which worked pretty well, and I feel like we had really good pace, but it wasn't too hot out there. I think the track was only about 25 degrees from memory, but the car just kept getting better and better, and it stayed on. So yeah, hopefully we can bring back the top spot next time.
The track compared to the normal layout, how do you prefer it, this way or the other way?
I haven't done the other way on this game in this car, at least. I've done it quite a bit on the F1 game, but I quite like this track. I've done it in NASCAR a lot, and I really like the flow of it in the corners. I think it's a tricky but fun track, but yeah, I think I'd prefer this way, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, you got some critical points back after last week, even though last week you did manage to recapping and get back to the pointy end. I think he ended up getting 50, my memory serves me correct, after the getting pinned on that wall there. How heartening was that after the safety car and the grid was that close? You just had nowhere to go last week.
Yeah, a bit of a rookie mistake. I don't think I've ever done that leading a race. I've made some mistakes leading a race, but never nearly ridden the car off. Now that I look back at it, I realise I probably could have just aimed for the escape road and then come back out with no damage and pitted anyway because I needed to. But it definitely sucks. It sucks tonight too. I think I was pretty on par with James in the second race, which was cool. But I think I got 4 seconds of slowdowns on the second last corner in the past 10 laps, so I kept catching and dropping and catching and dropping. But definitely hurts to pole it last week and do that in front of the field. But we learned from that and we'll do better next time.
Yeah, well, that's all about. It's about learning and doing that. I mean, it was unfortunate. I think it was just a fraction off your braking point more than anything, wasn't it? And the front right just did not give you any support at all, and straight into the wall. And unfortunately, those who watched it, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Unfortunately for Ryan, the grid was that close behind him that he had no option but to stay there and hold brakes until they all passed. But spectacular drive back up the grid. I think it was something like 25 or 26 places you went to get it back up to 5th place. So spectacular work, mate, and some good points haul for a good recovery. I think it's going to take it down the line between yourself and Mr. Scott, who's in the room. Mr. Mueller, who gets the Pelicans out on track, mate, and supports your racing.
I'd like to thank you guys for putting on the good league every week and all this different series that you guys do. Everyone at PER for their ongoing support and their performances tonight. Pacific Ford, Maroochydore and Pacific Motor Group for coming on board. Lake Edge Holiday Units, Majors Garage for the awesome setups lately. One Shot Pest Management, Track Racer, 8 Rivers Photography, W Energy Drinks, James for the good racing, and everyone else for showing up and having some fun.
Excellent run out there, mate. 3 in the top 10 tonight, mate. So a little bit down on last week, but cracking work from the PR boys. Ladies and gents, Season 1 champion of the Warren Brown Tools VA Supercar Championship and runner-up tonight on the top steps, Mr. Ryan Mueller. Thanks, Ryan, and good luck for the rest of the season, brother.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate. Mr. Scott, how you doing? Thank you for sending me that message, because as soon as I saw it pop up, I started scampering and giving you guys admin rights and all sorts of stuff to the broadcast channel. How was it out there tonight, mate? You did not have it easy coming through the field from the 10th place onwards. The boys really put their elbows out, and you seem to be getting a lot of pressure out there. The boys are like, you know what, you're racing with us. Well, I'm a pro now, it says on my name, and they get their elbows out as much as they can with you.
Yeah, for sure. No, it was some tough battles out there. It was pretty dicey. I think it was 4 wide at one point going down to turn 2, which was interesting. But no, it was good little track.
The difference in racing lines tonight was prevalent. Different people taking advantage of different parts of the off tracks. Did you get many slowdowns? How much could you take advantage of out there?
I did get one slowdown in the first race, but it was only like a second or something, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, some of the corners, you can really exploit that a fair bit. So it's quite ironic. You go to some tracks in racing and you can barely even touch the curb and get the off track or slow down, but here you can completely just drive right off the racetrack and play on. So,
well, it's the first time I've seen the S's. They're not a small S. They're a fast S's, and you could take 2 cars wide through it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, lucky I didn't have to do that, but I don't doubt that it would be possible. So,
yeah. But anyway, how do you prefer this layout to the normal track layout?
It's not too bad. That like left-hander where it goes off the Grand Prix layout onto this West Circuit. I feel like it's an okay corner. They could just make it a little bit better to make it actually a possible passing opportunity. But
is that the one with the big bollard on it?
Yeah, that big tyre bundle right at the apex. If they made that a curb or something, it'd probably make it a bit more of a passing opportunity. But yeah, with that huge bundle of tyres, pretty much closes that off. So, but yeah, no, it's not a bad little racetrack. Never driven here before. So yeah, it was good.
Excellent, mate. Well, it looks like it was fun out there. It was definitely fun to commentate. Gave us plenty of action and plenty of too wide in some corners. We really didn't think it was going to be possible. And as you said, a couple of 4 wides out there. Who gets Mr. James Scott out on track and supports the Big Chiefs, mate?
Yeah, just the usual. Just Logitech G, Westfield, Aussie Broadband. You guys for the broadcast again. Ryan, great race. Good fun out there. So thanks for that. Yeah, everyone else out on the circuit was good, and race control admin guys as well. It's a good little series.
Excellent, mate. Excellent. Well, not as big as we had last week. I think we've got a fair few people away for work at the moment and stuff like that, but cracking bit of work out there, Mr. Scott. Congratulations on taking the top step again. Some critical points for the title battle, because we know it can go south very quick in this season, depending on how many cars are on track, and the slightest mistake can lose about 15, 20 places. So you're doing well out there at the moment. Congratulations and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Ladies and gents, James Scott taking out the feature race for the Chiefs in the Warren and Brown V8 Supercar Challenge Championship, I should say. All right, Mr. Watson. He's not in there. Oh, where is he? Did I boot him out or something? Did I drag him out? Did I drag you out, James?
You sure did.
Sorry, mate. I looked down and I thought, where's he gone?
I heard the sound and immediately I'm like, Steve.
Wilson. Oh, mate, that was for a track that we didn't think much good was going to come off it. That was pretty good. I really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. It was a good race, and like you said, I was not anticipating a whole lot, but thankfully it was something that was a show, and we absolutely saw some phenomenal battling, saw a lot of incredible moments. And yeah, we really can't ask for much more than that. It was just a really good race.
Yeah, it was really good fun. It was a lot of battles up and down the grid, like everywhere. I think we spent a lot of time on the second camera down the back of the field with some amazing battles with, you know, Tomlin Hughes, Trainer and Healy, Brett Taylor and Thomas Sunny Cena tonight were all over each other like butter on toast. That was crazy. Mitchie Nobile, Johnny Gallant in 12th and 13th as well. Etler and James Doyle. James Doyle, mate. That's a talking point, isn't it? That's a boy that we've seen, or man that we see racing in the GR86s on Thursday night. It's pretty handy in the GT3 as well on a Sunday night. I've seen him adapt to a V8 supercar and get some cracking pace out there too.
Absolutely. It's really interesting to see him come out here and really start to make some noise and make a name for himself in pretty much the rest of SRW as a whole, not just Thursdays.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he progresses. I'm picking him as a bit of a dark horse because I know that he's a good driver in other cars. It's going to take him a little while to settle in this car, but he's settling very nicely in 8th place tonight for the feature race. And, you know, he's got Joel Oostenval, the Pro-Am champion behind him, and Blake Urquhart, who we know is a weapon, Ryan Nielsen, who battled with Mueller pretty much all season last season for the title, all around him as well. So he's got himself in good stead besides some very fast guys.
Absolutely, and just can't wait to see where the progression goes from here.
Yeah, it's going to be spectacular. Well, ladies and gents, that brings us to a close tonight. We are done at the Circuit of the Americas, or COTA as they call it in some parts of the world. This has been a spectacular night, a lot of fun out there. The crowd has already gone, as you can see. The grandstands are packed up. The drivers, the pit crews are all gone as well, as we will be as well. If you're out there and watching, thank you for supporting us. Give us a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, some messages in the chat afterwards as well, so it helps for the analytics. Share it out to your friends so everyone can come out and watch it and see what a battle was, what the boys put on for us. Big thank you out there to our stream sponsors with Grim Industries, the home of the V8 coffee table. If you had a look at yesterday, which was May the 4th be with you, he did a really cool gig where he actually put his Stormtrooper gear on and was doing some mechanical work around the factory, which was pretty cool. Also, a big thank you out there to Shunt Sceneries. If you're into your flight simulator flying and you're after some 3D rendering, reach out to the boys at Shunt Scenery. Phoenix Driver Development. If you're after some training or some setups, please reach out to Laz and Rian. They will look after you. They can do some one-on-one and also do some teamwork as well. They're very good at what they do, so reach out to them. And a big thank you to the legends that are Warren and Brown Tools. Without their support, I can tell you right now, the doors would close. So thank you to them for supporting us, and support them as well. Reach out to them and get their gear offline at warrenandbrowntools.com.au. Big thank you downstairs to Kobe for putting it all the work together. Mr. Watson, you too. We'll see you both on Thursday night. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. Come and join me tomorrow night for the SRW Super Formula Light Championship with a massive grid again. Looking very good, and starting at 8 p.m. for qualifying. So come and say hello. Thank you all, and see you all tomorrow night.